What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Movie Talks, the podcast you do for your movie news, movie reviews, and more. We have changed up the episode for 116. So everything that you heard, oh, I'm out of breath because there's a big, not really, I was just choking on my own.
Check
But
my own excitement.
yeah, so, we fully changed it up because I was like, yo, Red One. And you were like, yeah, Christmas movies. And then we're like,
Yeah, that's how I
yeah.
reacted.
Yeah, boxing, Netflix's first live streaming massive event. And then we're like, yeah, Gladiator 2. And then we got around to seeing Gladiator 2 as well. So it was like so much excitement. Like I'm still coming down from it. It's like a adrenaline
Yeah.
high. I got a lot of the shakes as well from the adrenaline dump. Oh, see, you know what's
Well, yeah,
happening.
three like action things, I suppose.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Because like you're not used to this much action. You're like, where's my
Oh, mate.
artistic views?
Won't lie, I fell asleep finishing Gladiator 2 this afternoon.
Oh, I see. Like
I
you were
was all
just
actioned out. So much adrenaline,
yeah,
mate. What can I
see, you
say?
just sat it
I
off.
was just I had my adrenaline dump.
All right, he's just like, oh, I can't take this anymore. But yeah,
Yeah, look,
you know how it is.
I'll be picking some artsy stuff next week to balance it out.
Yeah, that's right. Sick. I cannot wait.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, let's dive into movie news because that's what everyone is here for. This is where you get it all. We have some first steps, which is the official synopsis has confirmed about the Silver Surfer is coming in to the
Oh, really?
Fantastic Four. Yeah, so
We went so well last time.
mm, it went really, really well. The old Fantastic Four. It's like one of the franchises they just can't get off the ground. That and Hulk, it cannot
There's
hold
never
its
been a
own.
good Hulk, yeah.
No, there's been an
Had
okay
what,
Hulk.
three different Hulks? Well, three
Uh,
different modern Hulks.
yeah,
Not Lou Ferrigno, but
yeah, they just can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know
they
what it
try and
is.
like they all go into like some weird science thing. I know he's like a scientist, but no one cares about that. Just smash head back, smash big things. Hulk smash. That's what we
Yeah,
want.
that's why he worked in the Avengers because it was like
Yes.
he was the
Yes.
polar opposite to everyone else. So
I
yeah.
don't need some back. I didn't watch the what do you call it? The first Hulk, not the first Hulk, but the Hulk that actor was in, Mark Ruffalo. I didn't watch his Hulk standalone, and I didn't need to see that in order to enjoy Hulk Smash.
It was
Like
okay.
that's his character. It's anyway.
I don't know. Whatever.
Silver Surfer, great.
Yep.
Sure. Has there been a cast?
Not massive, not fully yet, but we'll
Sure.
see. We've got Jurassic World Rebirth. So it goes back to what he loved about the original. So they're going to try and capture what was really good about the original because they've kind of lost their way a little bit. Like they just were like, how do we keep making this bigger and better and more dinosaur-esque, I guess. It's just they couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think let it die.
I don't know. I don't mind dinosaurs, but they need something. I don't know what they're going to do because it's just they've got a whole like theme park of dinosaurs and stuff now. It's like, well, what are you going to do? You've had the T-Rex in what was it number two, like whatever it was, and they had it in the actual like New York wherever they were, and then three was okay, but I don't know.
What would we do? What if we would design a new dinosaur movie? What would we make it? Fucking
Ooh.
dinosaur exorcist.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
combine some garbage movies.
It couldn't be worse than Believer, Exorcist Believer.
No,
So it doesn't matter. You
it'd
know,
just be dumb. Like again, I'm not against dumb fun. I think just do a really dumb fucking dinosaur movie with some dumb characters doing dumb things and dinosaurs and the end.
yeah, I wouldn't mind they like reproduce and then away they go. And that's like humanity trying to live with dinosaurs. And it's just
Make them
like,
talk.
oh, well, yeah,
Do
maybe.
do
Oh,
fucking like the reboots of the Planet of the Apes. How like, oh, we made them too smart. Do that with dinosaurs. Make them too smart. They start talking and then dinosaurs take over and then dinosaurs run the new society.
maybe. Who knows?
Oh no, that sounds fun.
We can try it.
Yeah.
Speaking of well, apes, we've got Robbie Williams goes ape in unorthodox bio. The new trailer is out now. I haven't seen the
Oh,
trailer,
probably
but the chimpanzee or the ape or whoever they're Yeah, he looks like a
Oh, Robbie
chimpanzee.
Williams.
Robbie
Okay.
Williams. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The actual model looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't look bad. I think it's, as I said last time, I think it's cool, like an interesting artistic direction. You know, it
you
makes it
would,
stand apart
you would.
from, well, there's so many biopics coming out and shit at the moment. It's like, just, I'm
But
sick of hearing about people that I don't care about.
okay,
You know,
yeah,
paint it in a way, a different bit of a story. I think it's cool.
okay. We've got the new Predator, the Badlands. So they're going to have more of a focus on the Predator as a hero, which is an interesting twist.
Okay.
Also, a random side news all over my TikTok feed at the moment is that scientists have confirmed that aliens do exist, but they come from the sea.
I heard that.
Mm, so
Yeah, sure. Look, until I see some videos and I
if
see an actual alien talking to a human and it's not, done in AI, then maybe I'll believe it, but I don't
yeah,
know.
who knows? Who knows? It's too sciencey for me. We've got the How to Train Your Dragon is we've got some screenshots of that. The sets look pretty good. Seen the screenshots and they
A
look
live action.
yeah, it looks not too
Yeah,
bad.
okay.
I don't know if it will
We'll look them
capture
up.
the same like magic that the films were because they took off massively because it was a good film. And then all the actual standalone stuff was actually pretty good as well. So we'll see.
I have a live action up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Like the sets look pretty good.
Oh, it's that kid.
Yeah.
What have I seen that kid in? What do I know him from?
It doesn't sound like you're impressed with the casting choice.
No, I don't like that kid. He
Uh,
annoyed me in something I saw previously. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I remember seeing him being like, no, he's annoying little shit.
uh,
Him, Mason Thames. What did I see him in that I didn't like him in?
I don't know.
He's in Black
Uh,
Phone. Okay.
it was good in Black Phone.
I haven't seen
You
any
haven't
of these
seen
movies. I've seen Incoming. What's Incoming?
I don't know.
Ah, Incoming. Yes, we watched that. That was that dumb fucking modern, like re almost a reboot of Superbad with like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, he's fucking annoying in that. The
Yeah,
only cool
fair.
story was the little side story where they had the drunk chick in the car and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we reviewed that. That was a
Yep.
garbage movie. Yep, fuck that
Yep.
kid.
You remember Spinal Tap, the movie?
Yes, didn't watch it.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, Spinal Tap 2 is coming,
Oh, cool.
and it's
Electric
going to,
Boogaloo.
yep, and it's going to be what the band's been up to since the first film. It's kind of cool.
Sure.
No,
Is it?
okay.
I don't know. I've heard it's a good movie. I've heard it's actually pretty entertaining, but I haven't seen
You're
it.
up.
So
You're up.
I didn't realize there was
Well,
a two. I thought Spinal Tap was about a real band.
yeah, yeah. They're
And
gonna,
doesn't the first one tell the story of the real band?
yeah, but it's what the band's been up to since that movie.
Ah,
You didn't
okay.
listen.
I mean, I
Uh,
did, but like,
No,
I
you
thought that
gotta.
movie told the whole story.
Well, no, because there's more story after that movie had been made.
Well, I didn't know that. I just made the
Mm,
assumption.
mm. We've got Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones is in talks to be the lead in the new Tomb Raider series. So she's going to be
All
Tomb
right.
Raider. Interesting.
Okay. I mean, she can do action, I suppose. I've seen
Yep.
it. What's that thing she did recently that was an action movie? Joan? No, Joan. What was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Joan. It's a mini series. That's not the one. Do Revenge was in that. Okay, sure, whatever.
Interesting. Remember the French shark movie that we watched, Under Paris?
Oh yeah, it was garbage.
Well, guess what? It's getting a sequel.
Why? It's cheap.
Yeah, it must have done well.
Did well
We
enough.
hmm, we've got Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx in a new spy movie, which is set
Yep.
for a Netflix comedy. It's called Back in
Yep.
Action, which is
Sure
coming out on
is.
Netflix pretty soon, I believe.
I
I
saw
don't
the
think
trailer during
I
the fight today.
I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't know, but I got annoyed at it came on between round, I think round three and round four. I have in my notes of
Yeah,
like the only good fight, the one behind me.
yeah.
And it went into the round. Like the
Oh,
first like 5 seconds of the round, the first couple punches landed. I was watching this fucking trailer of a movie I don't care about.
you're like, well, what are
Fuck
you
you,
doing?
Netflix.
Yeah. We've got two more bits of movie news. This one's a little bit interesting. I actually had to open up because I didn't understand it. It is Grand Theft Hamlet stages Shakespeare in GTA Online in a new documentary exclusive trailer. So
What?
they,
That
yeah,
is not a sentence that makes sense to me.
no. So in GTA Online, they have,
Yes.
it's been nominated documentary Grand Theft Hamlet. It is the chronicles that follow attempt to stage Danish tragedy. So they're retelling Hamlet in GTA Online.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, apparently
Cambridge Film Festival. Yeah, right.
yeah, it's doing quite well.
I'm in. That sounds fucking funny as.
That's so, it's so bizarre.
It's been nominated for a few Biffers.
Yeah,
It won the SXSW Film and TV Festival, the winner, documentary feature,
yeah, crazy. Yeah.
about
Mm,
two out-of-world actors attempting the impossible task of mounting a full production of Hamlet inside the ultra-violent world of Grand Theft Auto shot entirely in-game.
mm,
That's super interesting.
mm.
How can we access this? I want to watch it.
It comes out December 6th.
All right, I'm in.
Yep.
Add that to our list.
Yep. And the last bit of movie news, which I know you're very, very excited for, it follows our action theme. We
Every time you say
have
that, I'm never excited.
I don't know. I'm just getting you. I'm just getting
No,
you
I know. I just,
prepared.
I just love I just love how the you always point out things I'm not going to enjoy, and you know me very well.
Yep. It is the new Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning teaser trailer is out now. The end of Ethan Hunt, which might
Yep,
actually be the last one for Tom Cruise. Who knows?
yep.
Who
That
who
man, that
knows?
man should not be in the spotlight anymore. So
You don't reckon?
no, he's a fucking Scientologist, piece of shit. He's a bad person with bad ideologies.
What if he changes his ideologies?
Well, I'll be happy when I see it, but I doubt
Okay.
it.
Okay. Well, let's watch it. Anyway, let's get into the big event that happened today. So I've seen three of the four fights that happened because I had to. Life goes on, but
Yep,
it
not
is
for me.
Netflix's first attempt at like a massive pay-per-view streaming event, which is nice that you didn't have to pay extra for the actual
Yep,
event.
agreed.
It was good. It's not their first attempt at streaming because they do stream some of the NFL, so you can
Yeah,
watch like games on that. But this is their first like massive one, so
yeah. The first like main event.
it was massive. Like there would have been so many people tuning in. Some people would have just got it to like watch this fight.
Yep,
Like it's whether you love him or hate him, Jake Paul knows how to sell a fight. Like he knows how to pump up a crowd. He knows how
yep.
to do
Can't
it.
argue with that.
He's got the big name. Obviously, Mike Tyson's going to bring a lot of people in. I was watching it at basketball as well, so I had my phone on, and when my son was off, I was watching bits and pieces of the fights, and then luckily the game finished before the main event. So they've taken a page out of the UFC. Like I tuned in at like I think it was 11:20 our time AM, and it was like it had the
Yep,
10-minute countdown, and you had the flashy
yep,
screens that
yep.
are sort of coming on there. It was like fight night, it's all coming in. Then you've got the pre-roll documentary of like the fighters. You've got the people that come up, all their weights and stats and everything on there. They got your flashy intros. It was very UFC-esque. It was just
It's also how modern day, well, not even modern day. That's how boxing fight cards go as well.
yeah, this is my first like boxing fight card that I've
Yeah, yeah.
watched.
I don't think
I
they necessarily took it from UFC. Like maybe UFC even took it from boxing, to be
maybe,
honest. But
maybe.
everyone does that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Credit where it's due.
Look, I'm just comparing it. I've watched a lot of UFC. That was my first introduction to combat sports. You grew up,
Yeah, yeah.
you and your dad used to watch boxing. It was like Holly Holmes, I believe he used to say. It was like one of your
One of
favorites.
many that we liked.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, we watched her go through her fighting career and pull it
yeah.
through. Yeah.
So like I lean towards UFC. I find that far more entertaining than boxing.
Hmm.
But like I'm comparing this to a UFC main event compared to I don't know, just comparing those. I found the commentators a little bit lackluster. Like
Oh my God.
they were not overly exuberant or like into
No.
it. Like there was
I hated.
one guy
Go
that was
on, you were gonna say the
shouting
same
out.
thing.
I don't. He was the one with the glasses, and it was like, "Are you deaf or are you blind?" Because I don't understand where you're looking because you're not looking at
See
anybody,
both.
but like
Yeah.
they literally have to yell at you. I was like, "What is
Yeah.
happening here?" It
And they
was,
had some woman who is an actor, but she likes boxing. Like that
mm.
was her qualification to be a commentator. At one point, she said, and I wrote this down, she goes, for the people who are not boxing fanatics like myself, and then she asked a question about boxing. If you're going to openly admit that you're not a boxing fanatic, why the fuck are you commentating on Netflix? My only thought is maybe it's so that there's a lay person on the bench that can, you know, break things down. But yeah, she
I
pissed me
don't,
off a lot.
yeah,
She no idea what she's fucking talking about.
it was weird. Like at least the UFC has like Joe Rogan and other like fighting people that do break it down. They give you like
Correct.
what's happening. Like
Yeah.
now they've got DC, like Daniel Cormier, he sits on there. So
Right. Yeah.
they got like actual people that break down and they explain to the people that are watching. Most people that are watching already know about the sport though. But
Mhm.
this was like,
That's the difference. Yeah. This one's, everyone coming in is very new. That's why I think it needs to be broken down even more.
yeah,
One of the guys was an ex-fighter on the commentators panel, but he didn't say much about fight. He would just point out weird stuff. Like he was pointing out in the first fight, the Indian guy's name I've forgotten. Oh no, it was Goat with a Y in the middle, so it was Goyat. He was just pointing how out of shape this guy was and how much he had a sloppy rig. Like it was so weird. And he wouldn't point out anything to do with like boxing technique or like, oh, I like the way he stepped in there and like there's none of that. And that's what I like about UFC is they point out the tactics and they talk about what makes something good or bad.
yeah, like it was a little bit odd. Like you'd assume they'd be like, all right, we want someone really charismatic or like at least knows what they're talking about
Yeah.
to commentate and lead it. But anything that was in between this fight, I'm like, this is really boring. Like quite boring. Well, I
Yeah, or
did,
stuff in between fights. Yeah, it was crap.
yeah. Like Netflix were all about showing pretty much everything they could. Like they showed them rolling in, they showed them
Yeah.
backstage. Like their locker rooms were pretty luxurious. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not doesn't
Empty.
yeah, it doesn't make
But
sense. Like
they're the locker rooms because it's the Dallas Cowboys home ground. They're playing AT&T Stadium.
yeah,
So like they were in a locker room that normally is full of like 50 to 100 people. NFL has huge amount of players. And yeah, it was just like Tyson and his friends sitting around like
yeah, it was real weird. But like they for their first attempt, it was pretty good. Like I personally didn't notice. Apparently the stream did crash though at one point.
yes, I did notice. It was during the walkouts
Yeah.
and during the actual fight, the quality was garbage. People were complaining online about how much it was buffering.
Look,
I kept my stream had kept going down to like 320,
well,
160. Like it was bad.
I had it on my phone and I didn't actually have any issues with it. Like whether it was only just doing like 720 or 1080, like it was fine on my phone. But like people would have tuned in, like people would have been on there and then messaged their friends, been like, "Yep, it's time. Like they're
Yeah.
coming out now."
Well,
And then
literally, I messaged Amo to do that. Yeah.
yeah, and they would have been like all jumping on, going, "All right,
Yeah.
now I'm tuning in." And like for their first time, I'm sure their servers weren't ready for it.
I rate 120 million,
Yeah, that's
but I don't read that. That's what Jake Paul said after.
yeah.
But, it's Jake Paul. How should I believe him?
Look, I don't know. That's look for their first attempt. I thought it was pretty good. Will they do it
I
again?
think it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
The
wonder
thing that
if
annoyed me,
are they dipping their toes into like a further because they're now
I think so.
announced they're getting the Thanksgiving Super Bowl Christmas Day.
Yeah, NFL on Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, like which will be pretty big in America, not very big for
Yeah, I
us,
suppose I
but
won't care. But yeah, yeah.
yeah, like it's a pretty big deal. I'm
I could
assuming
see them
that
doing more like sanctioned boxing, like especially ones like this that are more about bringing different groups together rather than actual like sanctioned championships and stuff. But the rest of the fights, like I always put the picture behind me, the thing I enjoyed the most this week. And my highlight of my week viewing wise was the third fight between Taylor and Serrano. And it was a fucking bloodbath. It was insane. And then follow that up with the fight of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, where one of the fighters landed 18 punches the entire thing. It was just yeah, you really see the difference. But my point was really like that was an actual sanctioned WBC fight. So was the fight beforehand.
Yeah,
Um, so like, they're not just doing exhibition matches. That's what I want. But I could see them doing more exhibition stuff, especially UFC. Like, imagine getting Conor McGregor to come, I don't know, fight some YouTuber or some shit.
yeah.
Like, or come
Well,
fight. Which one of the Paul brothers did UFC? Was it Jake or Logan for a little bit, or tried to do some MMA? Not UFC, but MMA.
I don't think they haven't had any fights of the UFC, but
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
yeah, Jake was wanted to do UFC. Like he trained UFC for a little bit, just
Right.
because he
Okay.
was like
I
trying to
realized he was too
publicize
hard.
the fight. Yeah, Logan
The
just
thing that
decided to
did
jump
annoy
to
me
WWE.
with this Netflix thing was because it's Netflix and because Netflix is all about fucking advertising and monopolizing their fucking business. All the time, they would be like, watch this thing on Netflix, and they talk about some show on Netflix. I wrote them down. Dallas Cheerleaders was right at the beginning. They had some like cheerleaders come out and do their dance, and that's fine. But then straight away, it was like, go watch Dallas Cheerleaders fucking documentary on Netflix, blah, 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 blah. Lame.
Cobra Kai was on
Um,
there. Don't you
Cobra Kai was on there
don't
because
you
they
speak
showed.
don't you talk bad
No,
about
no,
Cobra
it's
Kai?
fine. They showed the two actors and they were like, now on Netflix. I was like, that's fine. And then they showed a big fucking trailer. It's like, I don't, no one is here to watch your trailers. It is fine.
I watched it. I stopped what I
Uh,
was doing.
they
You
had a
don't
big fucking
understand. It
rant.
is the end of season 6, and they are at
Great.
the Seto Kai. Like they're at a big tournament. They're ready to
That's
go.
great.
I've been
That's
waiting for it.
great.
No, you need to understand. You need to get on Cobra Kai, and then you don't understand that Danny, what's his name? He's getting a star. Did you listen to that? Did you understand
A
that he's getting a
star.
star?
What's a
Yeah,
star?
on the walkway thing, he's getting one. The Karate Kid ones.
Oh, like a Hollywood
Yeah,
star.
yeah. You didn't listen.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not my complaint. My complaint isn't I don't like the show.
Don't
My
talk bad
complaint
about Cobra
is
Kai.
I'm talking bad about Netflix
No, don't talk
and how
bad about it.
shameless their self-plugging was. It's
That
just
one was good.
oh, sure thing. Squid Game season 2, the commentators were like, "Oh, Squid Game scared the fuck out of me. Oh, Squid Game was scary. I hated Squid Game. Like, I
Imagine
loved it, but
getting
it was scary."
imagine getting paid to sit there in the costumes.
I know.
Like,
Yeah,
are you allowed to react to the fights? Like, are you allowed to, like, or do you just have to sit there
yeah. They would have been
unmoving?
told like, "Make sure you talk about this thing. Make sure." Oh, it's time to have a fucking an earpiece in, being like, "It's time to talk about Squid Game." They would have gone, "Oh, Squid Game season 2 comes out December 26th." Like they even said the
Yeah.
date and stuff. It's shameless, man.
Oh, why
They
not?
pointed out that Back in Action movie, which I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
which went into round 3. And then they did the whole NFL at Christmas and only on Netflix right at the end as well. And during the Jake Paul things, it's fucking hell, man. It's
Yeah.
just it's just shameless. Like I just hate that. I even pointed out to a heart at one point I were watching a couple of fights together, and in one like I know this is the same with everything, something to do with Netflix. This is just what boxing has become. In one, if you pause any scene or any of the boxing matches, there's probably about 15 to 25 advertisements for different businesses on the screen amongst the trunks, shirts that the women are wearing on the way out or whatever as well. The ropes, the fuck you can see it behind me as well, the fucking like corner posts, the ground, there's like 10 on there. UFC is the same. It's just insane how much advertising and
UFC,
publicity goes through.
UFC is less now though,
Less.
because
I definitely agree. This was especially bad. I don't think regular boxing is this level. This was just because Netflix were trying to drum up the fucking business.
yeah.
They knew they could sell advertising spots.
Well, UFC used to be like that, and then the athletes used to have their banner as well, and they used to have all the brands.
Yeah.
Like they used to make money from that, and then they were like they signed a deal with Reebok, and they were like
Yes.
only Reebok
Only
stuff,
Reebok.
and
Yeah.
like all the fighters were spewing like they were like you've just killed a lot of our revenue.
Yeah. Be like saying to Tiger Woods back in the day, you can't be doing Gillette for
Yeah,
whatever reason because the fucking PGA now has a deal with Shaver Shop.
Well, they used to do that in the NBA, and then Jordan was like Nike used to pay his fines for wearing the shoes like every
Yeah,
game because they would
yeah, for
make way
sure.
more money for him wearing the shoes. And
Yeah,
then they were like, oh, okay, whatever.
what are we gonna do? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's anything these days. Anything where there's gonna be massive amounts of people watching something, there's gonna be massive amount of money going into advertising. And like
Mm.
that's not a Netflix problem. It was just especially egregious today.
Yeah. Well,
Um, something
would
else
you
pissed me
be
off.
I would be annoyed if I was the two fights beforehand. Like they were title fights, weren't they? Or like special, like actual proper
Yes,
fights, and you're getting
yes,
overshadowed by an exhibition. Like
literally
you'd be annoyed,
a
wouldn't you?
very boring
Like
one.
you train your ass off. You like essentially the top of like your field. I'm assuming they were like reasonably like there was
I'm
belts
not
involved.
sure because they would have been given good money to come do this as part of Netflix. I think that like Serrano at the end of round three, the one who lost this one. She was like, "This is incredible. I'm on Netflix." Like she had a little laugh, and
Okay.
she they recognize that this is bringing a lot more eyes to their fight. And I heard that there's something that Mike Tyson said too, is like he respects what Jake Paul. This is before this is even organized, but he respects what Jake Paul is doing because Jake Paul is bringing a lot of young audiences back into a sport that's kind of dying.
Oh, he
Like
was
UFC
massively
is,
dying.
yeah. Um, so yeah, like I think that's people who are part of this sort of. I thought the same thing, but I think on the other side of the coin, it's like, well, they recognize that this is bringing in millions of eyes into their sport, and they're getting paid bank, I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah,
The
I don't
first
know.
fight was fucking so shit.
It was not good.
I couldn't believe in the first fight, and they did the same thing with Jake Paul as well. That in like the pre-game stats, when they had the like screen come up and they're like, all these pre-game stats and whatever. In the first fight, they talked about how many followers these cunts had on Instagram. Like that's not a fight stat. Are you kidding me? And I thought that's how all the fights are going to be, like making a mockery of it. But two and three were fucking great, really good fights.
Yeah. Look, I was impressed with Netflix take on it. Like I thought they did a reasonable
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
There's also what they got in there. Like, why is there's pictures all over like X and TikTok and everything about Mike Tyson wearing like just his ass is out and it's like
Yes,
buffering and
yes.
it's
I
just
wrote that
Mike.
down. Okay, I was expecting to see Tyson's ass. Yeah, yeah. He had an interview in his locker room, and he turned around and started walking away, and his bare ass Tyson. I'm so glad. I literally said to my partner, I just saw Tyson's ass, and I can't wait for the memes to come out. So I'm so glad they're already
Yeah,
circulating.
it's just it's everywhere already.
Yeah, that's so great. Oh, I'm so glad. After this, I need to go. I literally watched the fights, then Gladiator, and now I'm here with you. So I haven't had a chance to even see TikTok or anything since.
Yeah, I
Oh,
finished
that's so
Gladiator
funny.
and Red One this morning, and then
Nice.
watched the fights just before
It's a
coming
big
here.
day.
Yeah, so look,
Uh,
think they did pretty well.
they did pretty well. I got sick of hearing that he was 58 years old. Like, it was insane how many times they mentioned he was 58 years old. He's 58 years old. And when you're 58, he's 58 years old. Like, the age gap, 58 years old. They, like, my partner was in the room doing D&D stuff while I was watching it. And the whole time, we kept just, like, rolling our eyes and going, ah, every time someone mentioned that he was 58 years old. It was so fucking frequent.
Look, I wouldn't
What else I
mind
got for my
if
notes?
Netflix take over, like if they took over like the Premier League, the Bundesliga, put it all in one. That'd be nice. And that,
It'd even be smart if WBC, just BC, like just the championship, did a deal with Netflix where like WBC title fights went to Netflix because I don't know how to watch. I wouldn't know how to go watch fucking WBC title fights these days. Like,
no,
bring it to the masses, something that everyone has access to would make,
yeah,
I think it'd be kind of smart. I hate the monopolizing of it, but I think it'd be pretty smart.
yeah. Like for us in Australia, we've got KO, which is Foxtel's like pretty much
Mm-hmm.
just their sport package, all in live streaming service. Then you've got Stan Sport, which is mainly tennis, NRL, and the Champions League. Then we have Optus Sport, which has the Premier League, the J League,
So annoying. Yeah,
La Liga,
sure.
and the women's, the I forget what it's called. It's not is it Barclay? I don't know. They've got the women's Premier League. And then we've got B in Sport, which has the Serie A and the Bundesliga and the Championship. So like all the lower English teams. And then depending on where you want to watch, like you got to have so many. Like just
Yeah,
one of these big companies pick up and let's go.
yeah. Back in the day, when I used to have Foxtel, it was just you had Foxtel, you watched everything. Every sport was on there.
Yeah.
But now it's nothing like that.
No. Now, I don't know. Whatever.
It's a bidding war, and whoever gets it, and they can't afford to bid on everything, so everything has to go elsewhere.
Mm,
Yeah, it's painful,
yeah.
but that's where we are. That's the monopoly of it all.
Yep. Oh. Oh. But yeah, not too bad.
Uh,
Not too bad, Netflix.
yeah, it
Mm,
wasn't too bad. I think Netflix. One thing I'll mention, I think Netflix turned down the crowd volume during the Jake fight because he was getting booed hard, and then the next round, they didn't even hear anymore.
okay.
So it felt
Yeah.
like that's a little manipulation. But yeah, look, it wasn't a terrible experience. I would, like I said, I'd be happy if they did more main event stuff on Netflix. But
Yeah.
the fight itself was fucking shit. But what I
Oh,
really
it's terrible.
expect.
Terrible. Look, people hear about movies rather than us critiquing fights. Like, we can, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Hit us up elsewhere.
Hit us
Yeah.
up. We'll start a new Discord just for boxing and UFC.
Why not? Why not? We got something else to add to our weekly list.
Let's go to another spectating fighting story.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's jump into another grand scheme, the Gladiator 2. So, after his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must and must look to the past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. Bom, 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 bom. So we are very big fans of the original. The original was great with our big man Russell Crowe,
Big
who
Russ.
who threw a phone at a concierge, rode from Rome to Paris or wherever the Exorcist was happening, and on a moped. He does all sorts of things. He was Robin Hood at some stage as well. That was unfortunately not very good.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, he does whatever. So Ridley Scott is back and is trying to captivate the crowd once again in a very I guess you'd say historically a historical action film, whether it's super accurate or not. I feel like it probably isn't. Like they
I
can
think
take
parts are.
parts are they can take liberties here and there because whatever. It's like whatever. The first film,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible, captivating, showing us Maximus and just his debut into the Colosseum with big grand scale fights. Unfortunately, it's not really spoiler, but it doesn't live up to the hype of the first one.
Nope.
It tries to do similar things in terms of like taking you from one I guess big scale scene to the other, but it never hits like the grand scale. Like
No.
it just never gets there. So we pretty much follow Lucius, who is Paul Mencel, and
Nope.
that no
Mescal.
Mascal. That's close. Whatever. So he is the son that gets sent away because the mother is fearing for his
Mm.
life.
It's Maximus's
And
son.
yeah, so we're not spoiling anything because it is actually confirmed in the trailer. So
It is.
I didn't watch the trailer on purpose because I wanted to see nothing of it. I was like, no, I don't want
Sure.
to see it. So I only learnt that as the character learnt it, and I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. And I think that's a much nicer way to do it, but it doesn't take anything away from the film knowing it.
Sure.
It was a nice little, okay.
I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't know prior. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, that was sick. But he doesn't captivate the audience as well, for me anyway. He doesn't captivate it the same way I did with like Maximus. Like Maximus, I was like, yeah, go. Like
Yes.
every time. Like this one, he was already like I know Maximus was already a general and was like already established, but it was like a man that was at the pinnacle and then he's taken away into slavery and thrown into mayhem and
Mm,
helplessness, where they tried to do the same here, but it didn't hit the
very
same.
much the same. Yeah, it felt the first hour felt like the same movie, like the same sort of story beats, really.
Yeah,
Which I guess it's kind of got to be because how else do you have a person who's good at fighting also become a gladiator? Like he's a slave. Where did he come from?
it was a
So he
little
has
bit.
to be.
It was quicker though. Like the first in Gladiator,
Uh,
like there's a couple of fight scenes, but then it's him being a slave. Like it's him like recovering and building a bit of a slave friendship, and then he
okay.
gets thrown into the Colosseum. Where this one just felt like there's a big scene where Pedro or Marcus, I cannot say his last name to save myself here.
The character, or the actor.
So Pedro Pascal, but he's Marcus Carinus. I have no
Oh,
idea how to say it.
Acacius.
Yeah, so he's come in, he's attacking, and then we have a face off. I've got to say, these two, when I first see them on screen, I'm like, wait, who's this person? They look kind of similar. I was like a little bit thrown off by
Which two? The
some,
main two, like Paul
the,
Mescal and Pedro Pascal.
yeah, they look kind of
Yeah.
similar. And I was like, wait, who's that? At times, it was like, oh, a little bit jarring.
I didn't feel that.
I
I
did.
could tell they looked different, but
Nope. Nope. Like first
okay.
glance, I was like, wait, like it took me a second to recognize who was who. I felt
Right.
they were pretty similar. Like especially when they have their face off in the ring, but whatever. So like we have a grand scale battle. He comes in, he gets then Lucius gets taken, he becomes a slave. So we're running those same pretty much the same similar story. He gets thrown
Yeah.
in there. Then we're introduced to Denzel Washington, which
Best part.
he was so good. So he's
Insane.
our Gray character. Like anytime he's on there, you're like, oh my god, what's he gonna do? Like he
Yeah,
steals the show. Like he was sick,
definitely.
and
His portrayal was so fun. Like I don't know, every scene that he's with anybody else on the scene, he makes everybody else look like a bad actor. Like he's
mm,
kind of like Joaquin Phoenix in some movies where it's like Jesus, he's just destroying everyone. He's so fucking good in this.
yep. Where I think they just let him like do whatever. Like you just trust him to a point. Like he's very
Yeah,
good. But
very.
like,
He is great in this, and he's like the slaver. He owns Lucius.
yeah, did they ever establish that he was like a trained fighter? Like
Not really. He's more of like a politician,
oh yeah, that's what I
businessman.
thought. I was like, wait, how are you holding up to like one of the top
Yeah,
fighters in an army, which
I thought
happens
the same
further
thing.
on? But I was like, this, where's this come from? Like, there was no point. Like, at least in the first film, Joaquin Phoenix like stabs Maximus, like the Emperor stabs him, so he's like a little bit like handicapped.
Yeah,
Where
yeah, true.
like here, he was fighting him at like pretty much full strength. Like he might have been a little bit gassed, but like there's no like physical injuries. And it
No,
was,
I think what we're meant to believe is that Lucius puts himself in a. Oh no, it's the opposite though. That would make him even more likely to win. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really good
yeah,
point.
yeah. So I was like, wait, they didn't establish that. They do a really good job with you hating the Emperor boys, the twins.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Looking breads.
gotta hate those two. Like
Uh-huh.
they did really well. Like you dislike these guys. These guys are just those stereotypical people that've been handed power and they've
Yep.
just been granted power from an early age. They don't care about
Yep.
life. They don't care about whatever. It's all
The
about
the
them.
nepo babies, the
Yeah.
nepotism babies. Yep.
Yep. Yep. They are extremely dislikable. Watching Denzel's character manipulate them and work his way through, so fun. Like
Yes.
he's just doing Denzel things. Like it's so
Mhm.
good. I don't even know how to put it into words. He was phenomenal.
He's just great. He has a magnetism that I think the rest of the characters lacked.
Yeah.
Which is really what I was going to say with Russell Crowe as well. Like our Paul Mescal, I'm sure he did fine, but like there's a certain you get behind Russell Crowe so much more. Like you just feel more attached to his character. I don't think that's because the story is better. I think it's just the actor is a level above, and like you
Yeah.
really get behind Russell Crowe. Whereas Paul Mescal, I don't know, couldn't give a fuck.
It was a little bit dull. Like I wanted I wanted more rage or something from him. Like you've just been put into slavery. Like you were fighting for your life,
Yeah.
and he was just kind of like, oh, yep,
Especially when Denzel Washington's character keeps saying, like, I saw something in you. I saw that rage. And I was like, I didn't see that much rage in him.
no,
Like, he doesn't seem that angry.
no,
He
he
seems
just
like defensive.
yeah, like a little bit dead inside. Like I'm just gonna have to go through the next thing. Like
Yeah.
there was no like rebelliousness. Like he wasn't really like fighting back. He was just kind of like
Yeah.
Washington was saying jump, and he was like jumping. Like
Yeah. Because he
it was.
bit that monkey at the start, and they're like, "Oh, only an angry man would do that. You'd be really full of rage to like bite a monkey."
I don't think you
Like,
do. I think
it's his only weapon. What do you like? I think he was just really good at defending himself and thinking strategically.
I
Make
don't
him
think it was
angry.
that. I think it just went to survival mode. And he was like, I need to
Yeah,
survive here. I'm just gonna bite it. Like kick, scratch. Your life is you're chained
yeah,
up. Like,
yeah. Do
what are you
anything I
gonna
can
do?
to live.
Yeah.
Surely his thing should have been. I see something in you. I see a strong will to live that I've not seen in many other gladiators. Because there's other guy who just like knelt down and got like his neck bitten off by the monkeys.
Yeah. Like I don't
Speaking of the
know.
monkeys,
They were terrible.
a big part of what made Gladiator 1 really solid is it didn't try to do a bunch of shitty CG. And then this
Yeah.
did straight away. I was like, oh man, like these fucking rabid monkey things they look like something from like high fantasy.
Also, like, why did they pick that? Was that a thing
Yeah.
in the Colosseum? I know they had like big animal battles and stuff, but it was like
Yeah. The whole
where
thing was going to Africa and taking animals and bringing them to the Colosseum. And I guess like, oh, we'll take monkeys, but why are the monkeys like out for blood? Why they want to
I
fucking chew everyone's neck off?
I think they were baboons. Baboons are
Well,
pretty confident that baboons are omnivores. Omnivores? No,
sure.
is that the one that
Does both?
yeah. Is it
Yeah,
omnivore?
omnivore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, where they actually like seek out to like kill and eat and whatever.
sure. I'm not
Yeah.
a I'm not an expert on monkeys and omnivores like you are with your fucking family history.
Mm.
You big ape.
Yeah, so like I don't know, it was a weird choice,
The
but
rhino looks shit.
the rhino was
And the sea
terrible.
battle, the naval battle, which I looked up is a real thing. They used to flood the Colosseum.
Yep,
That's pretty cool.
they had a stream up the top and then they used to divert the water in to be able to fill it up. Like it's I on my bucket list is to visit the Colosseum because the Colosseum
Yeah.
was is so fascinating to me. Like it's just insane what they're able to do.
Yeah.
Like just grand
Was that with
scale.
the aqueduct?
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
cool.
So there's like a river or something that's flowing, and then they like back then they just worked out how to implant it and then cut it off and fill it up, and
Well,
then
the aqueduct itself is such an incredible feat of engineering. Even I looked this thing the other day about the cement that the Colosseum is built on and stuff. Like we can't even these days figure out a cement that's strong. Like they had this perfect mix of different minerals or rocks or whatever they did that made it last that long. And supposedly people have been trying to replicate it for forever. Even like
can't.
modern day technology can't make it as good.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, can't they backwards engineer it? Can't they take a
I thought the
sample and
same
be
thing.
yo, this is made of this part, and this part? Like,
But
surely.
supposedly like yeah, something to do with like the particular sand they use, some different particular location, or I don't really know. I don't remember
Hmm.
reading. But we all talk about history and stuff and like engineering from long ago. It's always important to remember that humans never really got smarter. We just we just progressed technologically. Like what we think is state of the art now. They started state of the art shit back then. It was just a different time and not as much human progression.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's cool as fuck. The aqueduct scene was interesting. I didn't expect to see a big fucking naval ship battle in the middle of the Coliseum, but
yeah. Um,
interesting.
so it was cool that they did it. But when the ships crashed into it, I was like, oh, this is gross. Like CG. It was like a point of view of a ship
Yes.
crashing. I was like, well, what are you
Yeah.
doing? What are you doing?
Yep.
But
Yep.
even when they try to like get that emotion from you, like we learn that his mother sent him away and like that he gets his father's ring and he gets all this bits and pieces, and you're like, oh, this is meant to be getting like that point where the turning point where you need to overthrow the bad guys and have that confrontation. But it was like, I don't care. I
No.
Why do you care so much now? Like you didn't know your mother. the entire time. She was like, "Oh, it must be you."
Yeah, I felt the flip. He goes from like "get out," screaming at her, trying to make her fucking leave him alone, to not killing Pedro Pascal's character because oh, I loved your mother and I loved your father. And the
Yeah,
next time he sees his mum, he's like, "You're my family. Like I love you," sort of thing. It felt really, you know, big flip. It
yep,
felt undeserved, unearned.
yeah. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Now something's going to happen to you." And lo and behold, she gets
He
taken.
died.
Yep, she gets holed up. He gets a key. He stages like a Spartacus rebellion of all the slaves, like
Yeah, big
unlocks all the
coup.
doors. Yep.
Hmm.
Spartacus is a really cool story too, but whatever. And then we get that big final scene where he like walks out and they've got the Praetorian Guard. I think that's
Yep.
how you say it. Yeah, like
Yep.
they're so cool, but we didn't see any of that. Like they were just
No.
singled out around it.
Yep.
Also, how accurate are their bows? Because when Pedro like gives up and they are shooting lots of arrows and
Pass him.
they were all
Yeah.
missing. I was like,
I thought for sure one's gonna hit Paul fucking Lucius.
yeah, I was like, how accurate are you? It's like
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they
It's
even
pretty cool to
do,
see him like don his father's armor at the end and march off, but only because again, it just made me want to go watch Gladiator 1. Like
yeah,
seeing that whole scene, I was like, fuck yeah, Gladiator 1's a great movie, and this is just lackluster. Like it's like I wouldn't think this is bad. I'll tell you now, I gave it better than a three, but not much.
yeah. Like you're just comparing it. You're comparing
You
it
are
to the original, and
correct.
there's no way around
The
it.
better movie. No, 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 it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
And then we get that whole coup. We see the mother die, and like that's meant to be an emotional moment. But I was like, I don't care. I
No.
don't care. And then we get him storming off, and then he confronts Denzel Washington's character, and you're like, this is meant to be you like fighting against the rebellion, the
Yeah,
person
this is the boss fight.
and like slaved you. But
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. Also, I don't understand how you're so good at fighting. Like there
Yeah.
was
When
no
you're a
establishment.
slaver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird. Like I didn't mind it, but I'm
Yep.
just like, there's lots of loose ends that I don't understand.
Yeah. Which I'm very surprised because Ridley Scott usually pretty well thought out, look at his history.
Mm.
I think I have a lot of questions asked about Gladiator or The Martian or Napoleon or Blade Runner. Like he does good shit.
I I would have preferred this not to be Maximus' son, though.
I agree. Different story, different time. Set it like 100 years earlier or later or whatever. Maybe have like a little Easter egg here and there. Like I like when they said the whole the life we live echoes in eternity or whatever the line was from the first movie. I'm
Yep.
like, that's a nice little touch. And then they fucking hammered it a few times. And they're like, oh, here's Maximus's fucking like shrine spot. Here's his armor. And they sort of overdid it.
Yeah. Like I would have preferred this to be like at the end of Rome's like I guess like what's it?
Closer to the fall.
Yeah, like that would have been cooler, like
Hmm.
seeing just it going into absolute shambles, like seeing if this was still like so popular or whatever. Like, is it
Yeah.
still going? Like, whatever. Is it? Like, it just because I would assume Maximus is like the pinnacle of the games. That just it seems like such a bigger event than it did in this one. But this one, they were
Yeah.
like, how do we make it bigger? It seems like, when you hit that peak and you're like, how do we stay here where they're trying to get more animals from Africa and stuff? It's like
Yeah.
to that point where it's a steady decline. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just
for sure. It felt very much like a sequel. But I've
yeah.
heard there's a third in the works.
Yep.
So
We also get the end scene where we get to see we assume it's Maximus, the hand on the crop from
yeah,
the first film. So we get to
with
see
the same music. Yeah.
little bits and pieces. So I don't know. I don't know. Tell a different story. I don't need the same bloodline. It's kind of like Star Wars now, where we just get the Skywalkers or the
Uh,
Palpatines.
Speaking of which, movie news, there's been another trilogy announced.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Um, so,
Who cares?
well,
Yeah, this was again, it wasn't a terrible movie. It just made me want to go watch a better movie.
mhm.
Um, And there's a better movie out there of the same sort of story. The other one's a 4.5. This is a 3.5. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I didn't have a bad time with it. I was more engaged than with the next garbage thing that we watched. But which I have a segue into the next movie. Give me your rating, and then I'll segue into Red One.
See, I gave it a three. Like I didn't give it a
Sure.
3.5. I was just there was no emotional reaction for me. Like I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
I want to root for this person, but I just can't. Like
yeah.
you just there's nothing there for me. Where like
To me, the
Maximus, like, oh, you're not entertained. Like it's insane. Like, how do you beat that? How do you
sure.
beat that?
Yeah,
You can't.
exactly.
You
To
need
me,
something.
the elevation from being like passable, from being good into nearly great, is just the spectacle of it. Like I think there is a certain spectacle aspect, and it's there's still a lot to enjoy visually with this.
Yeah,
So yeah, I didn't hate it, but yeah, I think 3.5 is pretty accurate.
yeah,
But I better forget about it, even watched it, and then it'll become a 3 down the road. But
probably.
I'm changing my review, but we'll see.
Hmm. Hmm. We'll
My
see.
segue is this was cheaper budget wise than Red One.
Really?
This cost I looked at the other day, I think 200 mil from memory.
Wow.
Red One is 250 million.
Hmm.
And the highest a single actor has ever been paid for a movie is now The Rock with $50 million paid for Red One.
For
A
this.
fifth of the budget he got paid. And supposedly he was a cunt. Supposedly he was a piece of shit during the whole filming, he rocked up 8 hours late frequently, supposedly,
Wow.
and demanded more money.
I've
So yeah,
not been hearing good things about him lately.
no, I've heard is just this fame was gone to his head. But he's now the highest. Before that, it was Robert Downey Jr., I think, in one of the Avengers movies,
Hmm.
or one of the Iron Mans. I forget. I did read it the other day. I've only forgotten. But yeah, now Dwayne Johnson is the highest paid actor for a single movie, for
That's
some garbage
that's
movie no one cares about.
that is crazy for a man that only acts in like average movies. Like
Oh yeah,
there's no movie where you're going, oh,
but he was good in
Dwayne
that.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson was really good. Like
Yeah,
he is just pumping out movies. Like he will be
yep.
on to the next one. We'll get him in what Moana 2 soon, and then we'll get him in.
Mine's probably his highest rated. Hey,
Oh, I'm trying to think of his movies. Probably, yeah.
I'm gonna go on IMDb right. Sorry, on IMDb on Letterboxd right now. Dwayne Johnson. I'm going to sort all of his movies by highest rating.
I reckon one of them will be with Kevin Hart, whatever that was. And you see him in like
Kevin Hart.
there'll be like yeah, where they're like a buddy cop. I can't remember what that one was. It had a yellow
Uh,
Central Intelligence. It was called.
oh, sure. The highest rated thing is that Once Upon a Studio. There's something called Beyond the Meat from
What?
1999. He wasn't an actor. Yes, Moana. Moana is the highest rated thing.
Yeah,
And then a
yeah.
bunch of documentaries about wrestling,
Hmm.
a bunch more yeah, a bunch of wrestling stuff, and then Fast Five.
Plus
So
five.
yeah, Moana is his highest rated movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
That's insane. And he got paid 50 million for this.
50 million. Isn't that just a fucking stupid for what this is? For the garbage movie this is. 50 million? How did this cost 250? And supposedly it blew past 250. Supposedly the initial budget was 250. I've heard reports that it's gone way into 300s. But like
Wow. I gotta say, I'd
that
rather
is
watch Lindsay Lohan than this.
yeah, I have so many problems with this fucking movie. This movie was a hot pile of garbage. And there were a lot of actors I liked in this movie.
Ugh.
I had a ratio of 5-2 of actors I did like versus ones I
So,
didn't.
so Chris Evans was one. You loved him.
No, he's a negative.
I like Chris Evans.
I don't like him
Why?
because he has no fucking range. He's very boring.
Well,
The same reason I like The Rock. He
he's
doesn't do
Captain
anything
America.
interesting. Yes, and he plays the same charismatic action guy in everything else, just
Uh,
like The Rock does.
Lindsay Lohan plays the same Christmas helpless lady.
Yeah,
She
I'm not
doesn't.
okay. And I think you, by comparing Chris Evans to Lindsay Lohan, is exactly the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, oh no.
No, this movie was hot garbage. No, actually, I did like in this. Um, I wrote a list. Were Mary Elizabeth Ellis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, J.K. Simmons, who played Santa, he's fucking incredible. Mark Evan Jackson, which is the right at the beginning, he's the dad who's telling his kid that Santa's real.
Yeah.
He's in it for like 2 seconds. Christopher Hivju, which is he played Krampus. He's like the red beard guy from Game of
Hmm.
Thrones. He's fucking funny as. And Nick Kroll, who's one of the creators and voices in. I don't like the show that much in Big Mouth, but he's a pretty funny actor and pretty good comedian.
There are. You,
Um,
you didn't like Ireland Shikipika?
Excuse me. Did you sneeze? Bless you.
uh, are you on IMDb?
Hold on, we'll be right now. Give me a
Yeah.
sec.
You know her from Totally Killer. She was the baddie. She
Oh
was
yeah. I mean, look, I don't care about her. To me, this
oh,
is like actors I really like versus actors I don't like, and
okay.
I just don't care about her.
Okay.
Lucy
Yeah.
Liu as well. Like I don't give a shit about Lucy Liu anymore. Like
Lucy Lowe. Yeah, it was interesting. So we've got after Santa Claus, codename Red One. Have they literally called him Red One to avoid like having to pay royalties for the word Santa Claus? Or like, is it what's the
who owns Santa?
well? I don't know.
Who owns Santa?
So after Red One is kidnapped, the North Pole's head of security, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, must team. Like, why is his name in brackets here? Why is it not his character name? Why is it his real name? So
Oh, IMDb.
why isn't it Callum Drift? Like head of security, Callum Drift, but no, it is in
Callum
brackets.
Drift.
It is Dwayne Johnson must team up with the world's most infamous bounty hunter. Again, it is not the character name, Chris Evans in brackets.
You're not
So,
watching this for a character. You're watching this for the fucking big name actors in it.
and his name is Jack O'Malley. So,
Jack O'Malley and Callum Drift are the most fucking boring white man Americans. And before you say it, Chris Rock, not Chris Rock, Dwayne Johnson is white. I don't care that he's not skin color isn't white. He's the fucking whitest actor in the world right now. You pay 50 million for a fucking Christmas movie, you're a white piece of shit.
whoa,
Uh, fuck him. I don't care. What's he gonna fucking do? You come to my house and wave your money in my face? Fuck you.
he would fold you into a pretzel.
100% he would.
I'll get him
And I
behind
would
the
be
keyboard.
honored. I'd be honored to be pretzeled by fucking what's his name again? Dwayne Johnson. I don't give a his fucking name.
Callum Drift.
Callum Drift. That's his new name. His new
Yeah,
canon name is Callum Drift.
he'll get you behind your keyboard.
Yeah, come on, bring it on. Fight me.
I'll outspell you in a globe-trotting, action-packed mission to save Christmas. Bum, bum, bum,
We didn't even
bum.
finish the fucking intro. this, this movie. I'm going to
Uh,
say one quote from the movie that I think sums up the whole piece of shit. And this is one of those lines that he's so often and always makes me roll my eyes and makes me laugh out loud. Chris Evans at one point says to his son about hacking the mainframe. And hacking the mainframe is one of those fucking lines that every time you hear it, you just know the rest of the movie is garbage because I don't care about any of the research that they're putting into the fucking development of the story. They're just saying random shit I think sounds whatever.
yeah, but if you
Hacking the
hack the
mainframe.
mainframe, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
because you have control of the mainframe.
obviously I don't know about the mainframe.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
this was also 2 hours. This is 2 hours and three
this is a
minutes.
fucking long movie. Like it's insulting how long this is.
It
Perfectly
is.
watched at 1.5 times speed.
I gotta say, I didn't pay for this movie.
Oh God, no! I'm not paying for this. Jesus Christ!
And what I saw, people were actually laughing in the cinema. I was like,
Oh, good.
wow, you guys are actually enjoying
Yeah,
this.
this is Madam Web garbage.
Yeah, wow. So we are introduced to obviously our do we just call him Chris Evans or do we call him the actual character name?
Well,
Because
it's Chris Evans and Callum Drift, right?
no, it's Jack O'Malley is Chris Evans' character.
Yeah, but I don't care about Jack O'Malley. I care about Chris Evans. I don't care about Dwayne Johnson. I care about Callum Drift. So we got Chris
Oh,
Evans and
okay.
Callum Drift from now on.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So
Chris Evans is a bounty hunter
yeah, so
for some
he,
reason.
he's the most famous bounty hunter, but he's on the tier 4 naughty list,
Yeah.
and
No. You corrected. Not tier four. It's level four
level
because he
4.
because Callum Drift
Okay.
corrects Chris Evans and says it's level four, not tier four.
Whatever. So obviously the big fella who's jacked, like it's I actually kind of laughed at that. We've got Nick who is a little bit jacked for an old man. He does
Oh,
like
J.K. Simmons. Yeah. Why is
yeah.
he so massive?
I don't know, just because he can be.
Right.
Yeah. So then he gets kidnapped. Then we're introduced to them all scrambling. Lucy Lou's the operational in charge lady. She's like, we
Who's
need
barely in it.
yeah. She was like popped in to throw some lines and direct, and then popped out again and left it to Callum Drift. They get Chris Evans. Chris Evans comes in. He's like, "Oh, why am I here? Why do you need help?" Because
Yeah.
I'm a bounty hunter. And then
Yeah. Don't
Dwayne,
hunt fantasy or whatever. Fuck.
yeah, Dwayne Johnson's like, "Yo, we need you
Sorry,
because
who?
Callum Drift comes in and is
Thank you.
like,
Yep. Yep.
yo, yo, we need you because you're on the level 4 naughty list. We need you
Yeah.
to help." And there's a polar bear that's meant to be a
Called
comic relief.
Garcia or something.
Yeah, he's meant to be the comic relief character, and he gives like the eyes. And then they go on a numerous adventures to try and like find where it's going. They have a couple of fight scenes, and then we have for some reason Callum Drift can tap his shoes and go smaller and bigger, and he did so many like
Yeah.
low blow
He,
kicks that I was like, this
and
is
yet when he goes smaller, he's incredibly strong.
yeah,
Like he literally grabs someone's leg and flings them around like the Hulk. You
like
couldn't do that
Ant-Man.
as a human, I'm sure. Like
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
because he goes smaller and
Oh,
he becomes
Ant-Man physics, of
stronger.
course. My bad. Callum
Mm,
Drift is Ant-Man.
yeah,
Canon.
yeah. So they got a number of fights, and then they're like, "Who's your leader?" And they're like, "No, I can't say their name." And he's like, "Write it in the sand." And then because Jack O'Malley's a bit of a bumbling idiot, but somehow an incredible bounty hunter is like, "Oh, it's that
Yep.
name." And
It's
then we get
Gorilla.
and then we get introduced to the big bad, and the big bad
Yep.
comes in, sends the
And
henchmen's.
possesses Nick Kroll and talks
Yeah.
through him. By the way, Gorilla is a character. There's a character in D&D called Gorilla. I mean, every time that anyone says the word Gorilla in this world, she just fucking goes ape shit and has a little fucking like spider sense go off and
Mm,
possesses people. Fuck this character. Fuck this movie.
yeah. Yeah. So then we get the henchmen, we get like the snowmen, the
Yep.
jacked monster snowmen, where the only thing damage they'll take if you take their carrot off their nose.
Which is so fucking easy to do. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna send these three things after you, and if you press a button on their back, they explode. Like, that's the level of bullshit that we're seeing in this.
Yeah. And then we're
Yep.
introduced to like trolls and different all sorts of things. And then
Yep. Krampus.
they keep going. Then we're meant to feel connected to Jack O'Malley because he has separated himself from his son so that his son is taken care of more and is not disappointed, but the kid wants the relationship with the father. He gets taken, they try and reconnect, where it's like, we've met you for 10 minutes and you're trying to do a reconnection. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, we could have done less with all the other stuff and you could have spent more time building on this, but no, we've still got 2 hours of just
Yeah.
randomness that you're
But
throwing
Christmas
in
is
there.
about family. So you got to have some family in there because family
Oh,
wins in the end, always.
yeah, but like in the same time, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought this was
I
going
know it
to
was
be,
bad.
yeah, I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to
Really.
be like Exodus Believer level. Like, it was more than that. Like, I'd watch this again over Exodus Believer.
I'd watch this again for the same reason I'd watch Madam Web over Exorcist Believer or over Pope's Exorcist, a lot of that bullshit. This was funny. And not the
Yeah.
funny they wanted me. I was, I couldn't believe the shit that they were throwing at the screen and like the way they were trying to create emotion in shit that had no emotion. At the end, the fucking boss is like this giant big troll thing for no fucking reason. They mentioned earlier that, oh, this is not her real form. She's a shape changer or whatever. But
Mm.
like, it's one of those movies again where they're just Okay, we're gonna have a big boss. It can't be a human size. Okay, this is the reason why. Okay, okay. Why the fuck was Krampus in it? The brother of
Because
Nick
the brother's got to
adopted
help him in the end.
because family wins. Oh my bad, of course.
Yes, you forgot your own rule.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, what did I say? Hundreds. At one point, uh, what's his name again? Callum Drift. Callum Drift at one point says he's hundreds of years old, and Chris
Oh,
Evans hasn't says nothing about it.
he's
And then
one day
later
away from
on,
retirement.
yeah, I know. That's the fucking whole plot is one day away from retirement. Callum Drift one point says he's old, and then later, Chris Evans is like, "Oh, wait, you're not human." It's like he literally said earlier when you first met him that he's hundreds of years. Of course, he's not fucking human. What? 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 Do you not understand the rules you set? Do you not
I,
understand the character interactions they've already had?
I don't think he does. I don't think he
There's a lot of
understood
things
many
I
things.
definitely go. Same as last week. I thought about this more than the fucking movie did.
Look, I didn't think about this movie and I still didn't have that good a time.
Watching Callum Drift make faces in front of a green screen will always make me giggle. So many moments of him just on like a jet ski or doing whatever he's doing. It's just him pulling faces in front of a green screen, getting paid $50 million to do that. Like,
Mate,
what the fuck, this man?
I would make this movie for 50 million.
I'd fucking do a lot of 50 million, especially make a movie like this.
It's like
uh,
it's
and the
wild.
bad guy's motivation was she wants to capture all the people on the naughty list so that the world is a better place. Is that am I wrong? Is that her motivation?
Mm.
Yes. That sounds like the good guy. Isn't that like why is that a bad thing? Like I know that the whole thing with Kratos is like, oh, population and half the people, blah blah blah. Like, you're meant to sort of half side with him, but you also think he's a bad guy because bad guy. I fully sided with the bad guy in this.
I don't know.
It's a dumb motivation.
Oh, well.
He promised his son to be nicer, and therefore he was off the naughty list. He's a level four naughty lister. There's three levels below him, and he's inside that snow globe. And he says to his son, "I promise I'll be a better dad." And all of a sudden, he's off the naughty list.
What are you
Like
gonna
that's
do
all we
for
have
like?
to do. Make promises.
What are you gonna do to get level one? That do I
No
have
shit,
to?
but doesn't matter. Whatever you do, man, just make promises.
I
You're a
feel
bad
like
person. Make a promise to be a good person. Job done.
he's a bounty hunter. Like, what's he been doing? Like, if I push you down the stairs, that put me like level three.
They've really explained what made him such a bad person. Like, is a
Oh,
murderer higher than that? Is
yeah.
like a serial rapist higher than that? Like where does the guy from fucking Woman of the Hour land? Is it what are the levels? I need to know.
It was bizarre. I was just like, you're level four. Okay,
They
cool.
kept mispronouncing Grilla's name. They kept saying Grilla and then Grilla and then Gryla. I heard three different pronunciations of the same fucking name. Like they couldn't make their mind up. And no one cared. No one gave a shit at this movie enough
Mate,
to correct actors in saying the
when
right name.
when your lead character is called Callum Drift, I don't think they care.
No one gives a shit.
They were like, "Yo, what name can we do? Callum Drift, Jack
Callum
O'Malley."
Drift. Yeah, fuck it. Write it down.
And then you've got Lucy Liu's character's name Zoe. Then you've just got Nick, you got
Zoe.
Krampus.
Olivia, Dylan, Ted, Jack, Jean, Rick,
This is
Christine. Like
this,
it's the whitest fucking list of names.
this is ChatGPT. They're like, give me a
Actual.
list of names.
Yeah. But one thing we haven't pointed out yet, which is in my IMDb, not IMDb, fuck me, I keep saying the wrong thing. In
Letterboxd.
my Letterbox review, this was written by the man who wrote Fast and the Furious 3 to 8.
Oh,
This was directed by the man who directed the Jumanji reboots. And
yeah,
this was shot by the man who shot Star Wars 7 and 8 and The
yeah.
Amazing Spider Man 2.
No.
That is a garbage list of people in charge of the creativity in this. And it makes perfect sense that this is as shit as it is.
Oh well. Someone had a lot of money and was
Yep.
convinced. What would you give it?
One more thing. This was PG, right?
Hmm.
They said shit, asshole, dickhead, and what the fuck, and then cut.
Yeah.
I did not know that PG could have all that profanity in it these days. I don't give a shit, of course, but I was taking my kid to this thinking it's gonna be like a family-friendly movie, and they said shit more than once, and asshole and dickhead. Be a little upset.
Yeah, well,
Would I give it fucking half a star, but an extra half because there's five actors in it I really like. Even though they did nothing, but I still like seeing people I like on screen.
they're right.
But fuck Dwayne Johnson, $50 million and fucking wasting everybody's time. This is a piece of shit movie. Half a star. Fuck you.
Wow. I gave it a one. I
All right.
did look. I didn't
But you said you
enjoy
watched
it.
this over Believer. Believer's a half a star.
Yeah, Believer is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Would you? We often say with the right audience, we'd recommend this. Is there
No,
anyone you recommend this to?
no, no,
No,
no,
it's
no.
garbage. It's a piece of shit.
Yep. Well, hopefully next week we've got the finishing off Arcane season two. We've got the new
Hell yeah.
movie Heretic, which is your mate. I can't remember.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant
It's a
and
A24 film. Keen.
Nice. And we've got the horror TV show From. We're a little bit behind on that, but we're going to jump in and see what the hype's about. So,
Yeah, definitely.
you know what to do. Listen on Spotify, get a 5-star rating. Listen everywhere else. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell them all.
Tell your friends.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Love
Boys.
yous.